everybody.
Hello.
This is exciting.
All right, so this is my first Instagram Live,
Yay.
which I'm so excited to share this with Elizabeth of your highest...
Highest life.
Highest life.
Yes.
I was like, life. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
So we are going to be talking to you about decluttering. And we're going to talk a little bit about our own decluttering experiences, what we got out of it, tips that we discovered in our own processes, and we're going to share some books with you. We got a whole bunch of stuff we're going to do.
Yay.
All right?
And real fast, too, we're looking at two screens because we're doing Instagram Live and we're taping for YouTube as well because we can't play that later on Instagram Live. So we're so excited to see you guys. And so let's talk about decluttering. So you tell me, what has it done for you?
So as so many of my clients know, because I talk about this constantly, my experience with decluttering is where I was watching YouTube one day, and this very strange and fun and interesting woman, Safia Nygaard, I think, had organizers come over to her house to just go through all of her clothes, and she had like 5 different closets. It was crazy. So they pull everything out and they go through everything and then they organize it for her and you get the whole bit. The next thing I know, I'm jumping up and I'm tearing apart my own drawers. And it's like, I just was ready for this. And I also was trolling through Instagram. I found Laura from How to Get Your Shit Together.
Oh, nice. I like the name.
Yeah. And she actually showed like how to do all the Marie Kondo. I guess that's how you really pronounce it.
Oh, really? I thought it was Marie.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, but I think that's why it's KonMari.
Oh.
Because it's Marie.
Oh, okay.
That's
cool.
what Japanese, not Italian. I don't know.
Interesting.
Anyways, so she did all the like file folding and like even how to like fold your underwear and stuff. So then I had like all these folded clothes and it was cool and I loved it. Then there's a day I'm sitting and I'm having dinner with my husband and I'm looking around our kitchen. I'm going, oh my gosh, I hate this. There's so much clutter, all this crap. It's just awful. Ah. And that kind of launched me onto a 2.5-month decluttering of my entire home. Every closet got touched, except his closet. I didn't touch any of his stuff. Never, ever throw away anyone else's stuff.
I have done that before to my husband.
Oh dear.
But I have. But it's bad. I do not recommend it.
So no. Don't throw out it. Don't get rid of anybody else's stuff.
No.
They will give you kickback. Yeah, and so I used to be the sort of person who I always had a sink full of dishes, like science experiment full of dishes. Like,
oh, it's the worst.
I'm sorry, it's gross, but
it just feels, like I gotta do this.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
And it would just, and then I'd like do a load of dishes, but there would still be more in the sink, so it would never get completely, it was just,
yes.
I hated it. So then I found myself in the process of this decluttering, after decluttering, in my kitchen especially, I put all the dishes in the dishwasher and I washed them. And then I took them out of the dishwasher and I put them away. Crazy, I know. This is like groundbreaking stuff I was doing. And then I started this habit of like whenever I got home from work, I would unload the dishwasher, or I'd put anything that was in the sink in the dishwasher, and then when it was full, I started doing that. And I started wiping down the counters, and I started wiping down the sink. I loved the way it looked. And then it hit me. Decluttering my house was taking care of myself. It was the first time that I realized, like, by not taking care of my environment, I wasn't taking care of myself.
So true.
I wasn't saying that I was worth it. I was saying I was the slob I had always labeled myself to be, and therefore gave myself like an excuse not to clean anything. And I'm slowly adding more habits, and it's just amazing. I feel so good about myself, and I feel like I'm actually a grown-up.
Yeah.
Crazy, I know, completely insane, but yes, I actually feel like I'm adulting.
Yes, I'm so happy for you. That's awesome.
So,
you just brought up something, and I think we just had an aha moment. So thinking of decluttering as self-care.
Totally.
Instead of thinking of it as, oh my God, I don't want to do this sucks, like, just dreading it, thinking of it as, this is a chance to take care of myself, just those little mindset shifts are like everything.
Yes. It is amazing, and it's instead of thinking of it as a burden or anything like that too, it's not like getting rid of all my stuff. So don't just go into it to get rid of all your stuff, but do it because it lightens the load. It makes you feel really, really just like, I'm actually in control of my world, my environment, my home. I mean, it's my home. That's where, like, my heart is.
Yes.
So that's my very exuberant story. So you've talked to me a little bit about some of the decluttering you've done.
Yes.
Can you talk more about that, please?
So I became obsessed. I did become obsessed with Marie Kondo. I did love the book, and I did it. I'm like one of those people who actually will read a book and then actually like study it and put the stuff in place. So I did it, and I remember the first time. So I did it on a weekend where it took a few weekends, obviously, because she recommends doing it all at once. And she recommends doing it. One of the things she says is get up early in the morning, and I think that really does work if you can. Like, first thing in the morning, you get more stuff.
I'll tell you, there's actually a traditional concept about how, like, between live video pause.
I wonder what it was. Oh, there we go.
Sorry, we had a little pausing issue with the live video. There's this idea that between 4 and 6 a.m. is when we should be doing all of our learning. Modern day more speaks to like between 5:30 and 8 a.m. So like that's when we have like the most brain power.
Yes, that makes sense. I believe that.
So, and then it goes on to, the whole thing goes on. But yeah, I agree with the getting up in the morning.
Yeah, so I got up and I did it. I think, I can't remember, but I got rid of so much stuff. Like, I just really did a purge of just a lot of stuff that I had so much, shoes and just so much clothes that I couldn't find stuff. And the thing was, I felt like I wasn't wearing the stuff because it was somewhere that I couldn't find it. And so then I could actually see everything. Yeah. And I like clothes, so it's hard for me to get rid of clothes, but I did it. And I'm telling you that when I drove to work that Monday, my mind was so much stiller.
Wow.
It was like just all that, it helped my anxiety to go down, because just having all that stuff, it's amazing what it does to you energetically, I feel.
I think again, like, I think all that stuff weighs you down energetically. We've been talking a lot, Elizabeth and I have been talking a lot about energy and like where energy goes, and just kind of energetically what we need. It's a whole thing. And our stuff has energy, and Marie Kondo does talk about that, about like your stuff having energy. And when you have too much of it, it just, something fritzes out.
Yeah.
And I thought that I just had is I have a very small house. So that's what I was going to say. Like, I have a small house and I don't have children. Yeah. And so neither one of us have small children in the house. So we both get that maybe things are a little different if you have little ones in the house. Totally. So you get it. But I always also think about, like, I'm kind of glad I have the little house, because it's like a purse. The bigger the purse, the more stuff goes in it. The bigger the house, the more stuff goes in it.
Look at my purse right now. It's like teeny.
I know. See, I've got a small purse.
I usually have a really big purse.
I'm about to switch to a larger purse for the winter so I can shove gloves and things in, but it's going to get filled with everything else. Anyways,
it's so true. Okay. Yes, no, I agree. I have a small house too, and I love it. I like just being able to see what I have. I grew up, I don't know about you, but I grew up, my mom, she wasn't a hoarder. She isn't, but she didn't like to throw stuff away, so it always made me super anxious, because we always just had stuff. I would throw stuff out and she would like take it out of the garbage. Oh my gosh. She's just attached to stuff. She gets really emotionally attached to stuff, and that's hard. So I even help her now. She's trying to clean out her house, and it's really hard sometimes talking her through getting rid of that stuff, because a lot of things are gifts from people. But I've always taught that, and I love what Marie Kondo says about that.
She keeps pointing over here because I have the
book. But I love what she says, because she says that, those people, that was a gift for the time. You think it, and then you send it back out into the universe. So that, it was okay. It was the time, it did its purpose, and that person's going to be okay. That your mental health is more important than that thing, that gift.
Yes.
So I know I'm totally all about decluttering. Even I brought this book too. So we brought some books to recommend. Declutter Your Mind, and so this is different. I love this book. It's called Declutter Your Mind. how to stop worrying, relieve anxiety, and eliminate negative thinking. And honestly, this book, it doesn't just talk about decluttering your mind, it talks about decluttering everything in your life, basically. And they recommend putting a timer for 20 minutes a day. So you put on 20 minutes and you just declutter, whatever it is that you're going to declutter for that 20 minutes. And I actually do like that, because I know a lot of my clients, they're like, I don't have time to take off work and, take 2 days, like Marie Kondo suggests, to declutter. You don't always have time for that. I do like that. Setting the timer, I find that my clients sometimes really like that. They also have this is my next, what do you call it? Next project.
I've been thinking about digital clutter so much.
So I've gotten pretty good at the physical clutter, but the digital clutter is a different story.
And we all have to be thinking about this, from your Instagram to your Facebook to your email to your computer itself to your photos, everything.
And how does it make you feel? I think that's like, how does all of that, if you have a lot of clutter on your computer, how are you feeling? I know that if I have all this, I do clean off my desktop. If I have a lot of stuff, you open it up and I feel more anxious. So that's a form of self-care too, I really believe. Yeah.
Well, isn't anything that makes you feel more, isn't that a form of self-care? Because self-care is, if it's not getting your nails done for everybody, it's getting your nails done if for that person it makes them feel like, fresh, good. That's self-care, and these things are taken care. I have to read this. I've got to read.
I haven't read. I've not
read both of
these. These are good. S.J. Scott and Barry Davenport. I like the two of them, how they write. It's really good. I got this one at New Year's last year, and I really started my year this year with this book.
That's awesome.
Which ones do you have?
Okay, so I want to share with you. This is backwards.
Oh yeah, I know. I need that switch.
You gotta get the flippy thing. Okay, so Sync Reflections by the Fly Lady, Marla Silly. So what I love is, so she talks not just about decluttering, but about creating systems for your life, for cleaning your home, for just your everything, whether it's day to day, week to week, month to month, all this stuff. And she talks about baby steps. So not necessarily taking it all in one bite, because I know, like, for me, taking it all in one bite, I'm going to have a panic attack, and then that's just not good for anybody. Yeah. She's got little ideas like the 27 Fling Boogie, which is where you go through your house and you touch 27 things, whether they're getting thrown out, they're getting donated, they're getting just put back in their proper place. And once you've hit 27, you stop.
Oh, wow, I like this.
And she's got a thing where you set the timer for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Honestly, I can't remember which it is. But you run around your house and you get as much done as humanly possible. And then you stop.
I like that.
And then she's got other things, and she's got all sorts of systems. I really love this. Like, check her out. She's got this whole online thing.
Is she called the Fly Lady?
She's literally called the Fly Lady, and it's because she's a fly fisherman. And so that's it. Like, they called her the Fly Lady, and so the name just stuck. It's so silly. And then she's got this little cartoon here of herself.
I love it. That's
that
hilarious.
It's just so silly.
She's great.
She's lovely.
I have to look. We have some people watching. R. Drake and Tay Tay.
Hi.
So good to see you guys. Exciting.
This is so nice.
This is Kate's first live Instagram, so we're really excited.
And I actually know Tay Tay.
Cool.
And she is a doll, and I love that you are there, and you're going to just watch this whole thing.
She's saying hi.
Hi. Okay.
Sometimes it's a little distracting, live videos when people come on, because you're like, oh, hi, and then you're like, oh, what was I talking about?
And we're slightly insane, too, so it's like, and I'm turning red, and I'm flushing, and this is fun. I'm glad we have very soft lighting on right now. Okay.
I love the lighting.
So the other book that I'm only partway into this book, and so I realized I didn't show, like, really both cameras. So the Clutter Connection, and this woman, Cassandra Arsen, Aarssen, that's way too many letters in the same row. I saw a TEDx talk with her, and she was talking about how different people have different personalities and their organizing.
This is good, yeah.
And yeah, one size does not fit all, does it? No, it just doesn't. One person might like the all or nothing, the like dig in, just do this thing. One person may need to come at it slowly. One person may want like super intricate organization, and one person might want like big baskets filled with stuff. If you look around, we're in my office right now, and if you look around my office, there are some big baskets that have a lot of stuff in them. But I know what's in there, and that's what works for me.
Yeah.
And so she's got 4 different personality types that she's identified. She is a professional organizer, and she discovered this through doing all of her organizing. And I really think that this is going to be pivotal once I read the other 3/4 of it.
Cool.
Let's see, I think somebody
cool.
else has said something to us. Oh, there's Julie.
Hi, Julie. This is so funny.
There you go.
So yes, what was I gonna say? Oh, so I think the key of what you're saying is for people to remember is that I have this happen with clients. We think, it might not be, if you tried something, like if you tried the Marie Kondo and it didn't work for you, it might not be, it's not your problem, it's not your fault, it's the system isn't working for you. So just find something else. You have to find what works for you. It's not like, oh, if this doesn't work for you, it means that you can't declutter, you're not good at that. No, pick what system works for you. I think we tend to, blame ourselves and think, oh, there's something wrong with me, I can't do this. No.
Right, and then you give up, and then you have this house that you're not happy with, this life or your car or your purse or whatever it is, but we're all individuals, like, and that's what's so cool about the world, right? I mean, I don't think I should be like everybody else. I don't think everybody else should be just like me. And so these people in these books, they've got lots of great ideas. We have lots of great ideas. We're awesome. Very, very intelligent ladies. Got lots of good stuff to say. Everybody, you know me, you know how I talk. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we know what's right. And so you've got to figure that out for yourself.
Yes, and you were just saying that earlier. Like, we have suggestions as your coach, as your therapist. We have suggestions, but we do not live your life. So, like, we're here to offer suggestions, but then to also work with you on what works best for you, to figure that out.
Yeah.
So I think a good challenge, we talked about a challenge, would be to pick one thing, you might describe this better, that you can declutter. One thing that you can just make a commitment to yourself. Like, I liked how Kate said with her dishes. She decided she's not going to have dishes in the sink anymore. I think for me it's going to be, I'm going to fold the blankets and fix the pillows before I go to bed on a couch, because I tend to just be like, whatever. But it does. My husband will say that. It feels so good to organize it, and then you wake up in the morning and it looks so nice. So for me, that's going to be my commitment. So I want you guys to think about what it is for you. Like, what is one thing that you can commit to decluttering, to taking care of, and to making yourself feel better.
And if you follow my Instagram, I put a post up, I think it was last week, about do one thing today to change your life. And it's kind of what you're talking about, is the idea of just one thing. You don't have to change the world today, but one thing's going to take you where you want to be. My one thing that comes to my mind as we're talking about that I have to do is I have to clean out my purse. I have my little purse here. So... little.
Oh, it's so cute.
It is, isn't it? It's tiny and cute. And I am going to switch to the larger purse for the winter, but it's not winter yet, right?
Right.
And there is so much stuff jammed in that poor little thing. It is dying. It's suffocating, and I have to do something about it. So that's going to be my commitment.
Very cool. Cool. So we'd love to hear from you guys. What are you going to commit to do? So tell us on Instagram, also on YouTube. This will be on YouTube later. So go ahead and write down, what are you committing to do to declutter? What is the one thing you're going to do to take care of yourself and your surroundings? Why don't you tell them on YouTube where to find you?
Oh gosh. Okay. On YouTube,
or even on Instagram.
Well,
if anybody's...
So if you're watching this on YouTube and you want to find me on Instagram, I have a goofy name right now because
it's okay. I love your name.
Why I have to defend it,
no,
but
right.
Because it's not in my ultimate business name that I will have, and I'm working on that. But it's Gypsy Flo _life shifts.
I love it.
I
love it.
I had one Friday morning, I went, my name needs to be something different, and I put words together, and I went, this is it.
I love it.
So, and then. Yeah, and actually, I think I've got the same name on YouTube.
Yeah, I think you do. Too. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you guys can find Kate, and you guys can find me, Elizabeth _your highest light. So we hope to hear from you guys, and we'd love to hear about what your goals are and what you're committing to do today to declutter. So we have another comment there.
Let's see. Best name.
I know, I
Thank
love
you,
her
Tay.
name.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
It's not for everybody, but you have to like. That's okay. That's good, right? We don't want it to be for everybody.
You guys know I'm unique. I'm a little like.
So I
off
would
the
see
charts.
that name and be like, ooh, I want to see her. But if it was something like boring, I might not. So you know.
Okay, so yes, the days of Evan's counseling being it. You know, that's a boring name. We're going on to the kooky. All right. So yeah.
Okay. Well,
I think that's
it.
it.
Thank you so much
Thank you guys for
watching,
joining us.
and we will catch you guys next time.